Alright, we are live.
Oh, we're live.
First live stream.
YouTube, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's check that this is all good. Filters, channel. Hey, there we are. Wait a minute. Okay, I thought it said we had 5 subscribers. No, we have 5 videos. Yeah, we are streaming. Let's go.
Alright. So we're
Oh,
gonna
it's
do...
quite a bit behind.
Yeah, we're gonna do...
We just should, we're alive. Or we're live. It's quite a bit behind, but
Well,
whatever.
yeah, you don't expect it to be right on.
That's true. It's a good point. Alright, I've got to pull up every single Pokemon. Or a list of every single Pokemon, too.
Alright.
I gotta... Alright.
So we're gonna do every single Pokemon versus a bear.
Wait,
Which one
when I
do you-
put in every Pokemon, the first thing that came up was 1v1 a bear, because I just clicked the video, which makes sense, but I think
Whoa.
that's kind of funny.
Alright.
Alright.
First off...
Are we going with the Bulbapedia thing?
Yeah, so, like, we're... just go down the list. Start at 1, get all the way to the end.
Bulbasaur. Okay. Alright, so how many of these are there now? How many Pokemon are there now?
900
898?
Oh, 890.
Really? I thought there were more than 900 now.
Huh.
Huh. Okay,
Alright.
whatever.
So, number 1, Bulbasaur. Lion... or bear. Clap.
Clap.
Bulbasaur's got no
Fucking
chance. No chance.
I'm gonna turn off my my noise suppression actually, just so that way you can hear clapped.
Ivysaur?
Fucking one
No,
swipe of a bear.
Still.
Ivysaur also clapped.
Yeah.
One swipe,
Not
maybe
even
2 swipes of a bear, or a bite, or something like that.
No,
No.
Venusaur.
Venusaur maybe, but
It's
I still
6'7".
think clapped.
Venusaur is 6'7", 220 pounds.
I still think
Not-
clapped.
Not quite as big as a bear, as a polar bear.
Grown polar bear, yeah.
But also, like,
yeah. I think
Leech Seed,
there's definitely a chance.
I'd give it a
Venusaur to win.
25 to Venusaur.
Yeah.
Also, depending on, like,
Yeah.
where they're fighting. Like, if it's, like, in Antarctica, I'd say most likely a polar bear.
I'm thinking Antarctica, yeah. Because how the fuck you gonna get a bear anywhere else? Or
Well,
a
I mean,
polar bear
they-
anywhere else?
they
Except for,
wander
like, the
south.
zoo.
They wander south sometimes.
They wander south sometimes, but the most south they go is Russia. So, you know,
Alright, Charmander.
Russia, Greenland, those areas. Charmander clapped.
I don't... Yeah.
I don't
Charmander.
think he has enough HP to just
No.
do or attack power. All he has is like tackle and Ember, and we're in the fucking Antarctica, so I don't think Ember would do stuff for long. I mean, sure, it'd set him on fire, but like
Charmeleon,
I think
would also
I think
get-
polar bears are smart enough to go into the water when they are burning.
Well, if we're by the water, then we could just say because the polar bear can swim really good.
Yeah,
So like, if you're by the water, I'm pretty sure. Like we're talking like Antarctica, it's like by the
Yep.
ocean.
yeah, I'm saying like a polar bear's territory. We are in
Yeah.
the polar bear's territory.
Then
Actually, then there'd be fishing holes from the polar bear probably, which he could just go under the ice.
yeah,
and,
or you could like grab
fucking-
on and pull things under, like Charizard.
yeah.
I don't think would be able to survive, like because as soon as
Charizard,
as soon as he grabs him, Charizard's dead.
I think Charizard could beat a polar bear. I think because Charizard can now fly,
That's actually a fair
and
point,
especially
yeah.
with Mega Evolution, like he
We're
can't
not-
get grabbed
We're not
and
gonna do
attacked.
Mega
Yeah, no
Evolution.
Mega Evolution, because no.
Also, no,
But
like,
I think-
gigantic.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I think I think Charizard can because he has enough attack power, he has enough HP, and he can fly, and he has ranged attacks.
Yeah, so all he's got to do is fly up and then flamethrower. Boom.
Yeah. There's nothing the polar bear could do. Like, eventually Charizard will win. If the polar bear was really smart and just stuck in the water, which I don't think it would do, because I don't know. I think it'd want to attack the thing attacking it.
Yeah, and
but
both sides are going to be like completely bloodlusted. They're going for death, not.
They are, yeah.
It's just
they will fight to the death. None of them will run away.
Yeah.
In mid-battle.
Squirtle done. Nothing.
Clapped.
No chance.
Doesn't even have like. Its most powerful move, I think, is like Bubble or something like that.
No chance. Wartortle? No chance.
No.
No.
Blastoise doesn't do enough damage to hurt it all that much through the thick fur, but god damn is that thing tanky.
Well, I mean,
like,
that thing's got basically 2 freaking fire hoses strapped to its back, and those things have a lot of force. Like, it'd be able to push the polar bear back.
Have you seen like diagrams of like polar bears' fat and fur?
Yeah, but we're talking about a
fucking their fat is 3 inches thick and their fur is 2 inches thick.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about damage. I'm talking like knockback.
Keeping it back.
A Blastoise would definitely be able to like. Because that much water going that fast, not gonna do. It's gonna do something. And Blastoise can keep it away.
Blastoise is definitely gonna do damage. Yeah.
Plus, it's a turtle, so it's got defense if it ever does get close. Plus, it's got that like thing where it goes in its shell and it spins. That move. So like that's a defense and offense at the same time.
I don't think that's Blastoise. I think that's some enemy from. Like all of the Mario bosses.
What? No.
I think that's what you're thinking of here.
No, Blast in the anime. It's Blastoise. Gary's Blastoise goes into its shell and shoots like a hydro cannon in a circle. Like shoots the hydro cannon while it's in its shell, and it causes it to spin really fast.
Oh fuck! Okay. Well then. All right.
So. I'm giving.
I'd say it's like
to a Blastoise.
I'm gonna say it's a 50-50, or maybe 75 Blastoise, 25 polar bear. Because I think if the polar bear can get close enough, I think it'll be a lot. Yeah, I think if it can get close enough, if the polar bear can get close enough, I think it has a good chance of winning. It's just really hard to get close.
Yeah, but if it does get close, Blastoise can always go in its shell, and I doubt polar bear can break the shell.
Well, he can flip it over, is what I'm thinking.
But it's still going to be in its shell.
Because we've seen many predators do it.
But it's still going to be in its shell, it's the thing.
I guess that's true.
Plus, it can also attack out of that. So even if it does get close, the Blastoise would go in its shell. So that's,
you know what I just thought of? Polar bear riding the bottom of a Blastoise, like on the belly. Like it's fucking go-kart, or like it's one of those drift toys that the gym used to have or some shit. Or not the gym, like the school used to have. That's what I'm thinking. Just Blastoise fires one cannon and they just go spinning. Be fucking great. In that case, it's a tie. They just have fun forever.
Boom. They just become friends.
Yeah. Bloodlust immediately gone.
Alright. I'm pretty sure it's fair to say Caterpie, Metapod, Betafree, Weedle, Cocoon, and Beedrill.
Weedle, Cocoon, and Beedrill.
Pidgey,
yeah,
Pidgeotto.
They are clapped. Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot as well. Rattata, Rattata, Dart, or except Alolan, which... Do we want to count Alolan?
No,
because their types do change. Their types and moves do change, though.
No. It's
still the moves they can
It's a frickin' rat.
Yeah, that's true. Rattata, Raticate, Spearow,
Raticate, if Raticate can hit, he could probably one-shot a polar bear because of Hyper Fang.
No,
Hyper Fang does.
Yeah,
Hyper Fang can one shot like a Charizard. Same level Raticate and Charizard. You can one shot a Charizard.
I think he doesn't have the time.
Well, like.
Alright, actually, we should probably slow down on what we all just skipped. So we skipped, we said these were insta-losses, no way they could beat him.
Yeah.
Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, and now we're saying, or Tyler thinks Raticate might have a chance.
If it can hit,
say, like, if he
does
does have a
I doubt it could hit, but if it could hit, it might have a chance.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm thinking like 90-10 Polar Bear.
I'd say even I'd give it a 1% chance. I'd give Eradicate a 1% chance of winning. It could win.
Yeah,
possibly.
It could possibly win, but no, it's not going to.
Also,
and
are
then
we going by like
Spear...
Pokemon logic, where it's like each thing has health, or is it like real world logic, where like if you get bit in the leg, you're not gonna die, no matter how much damage it takes, until a little bit later after you bleed out? Like, how are we gonna do this?
I'm saying real world logic, because a polar bear.
Yeah.
Like, they are all in the real world. Like, if their leg gets bitten off, they're disabled in that leg. They don't have a leg. It's going to be a lot harder to fight.
Spearow, dead. Fearow,
dead. Ekans, dead. Arbok. I mean, poison, I guess, but I don't think... I don't think he can get through.
It's either the Arbok's going to die or they both die. Because of the poison.
I don't think the Arbok can get through the fur, honestly.
Well, I think it could, because its fangs are definitely long enough, and it's fangs, not like bludgeoning. It's piercing, so it'll get through.
Also, the fat is, like, you have to get it into the veins. You have to get, into the bloodstream.
Well, yeah,
and the fat is so thick.
It'll work. Otherwise...
No, because fat doesn't have veins.
It'll work if you get bit. If it pierces the skin at all, it's gonna work, because it's eventually gonna soak or seep into the bloodstream.
I guess. Yeah.
But
I just don't think Arbok... And like, I don't think he can get close enough.
Well, yeah, like, if they get close, Arbok's dead. No questions asked.
Yes.
It's just a matter if the polar bear would survive the poison.
If Arbok doesn't run immediately, he's dead. I just don't think... Like, I think if Arbok was gonna go in for, like, a lunging attack, like you'd imagine a snake, like a if you'd imagine a snake, like, you know what I'm talking about. I think it'd just slap it away while it's lunging at him.
Snakes are extremely fast. Like, I don't.
Polar bears are surprisingly quick.
I don't think that its reaction time would be fast enough to smack it mid-air as it's lunging towards it. I feel like it's most likely going to get bit. Then it's immediately going to maul the Arbok to death. No questions asked. But will it tank the poison? Because, like, a snake or Arbok is supposed to be a cobra.
Let's look at... Alright.
So, I have a feeling the polar bear...
good is a polar bear's immune system?
Well, it wouldn't be immune system, it would be poison.
Relative... I mean, they've never... Actually, polar bears have probably never come across poison, because what uses poison, except for, like, a couple of fish?
Yeah.
So, maybe. Yeah, maybe they'd both end up dying.
If Arbok hits, it's a stalemate. If not, polar bear wins.
Yeah, I agree.
Pikachu.
Pikachu wins only because Ash's Pikachu.
That's fair
point. He never dies, and
Ash's Pikachu wins. Every other Pikachu doesn't.
Exactly.
Well,
Raichu, I think,
that
wins
is lightning,
no matter what.
That is lightning. But also, if we're talking about in the Arctic, I'm not sure how well the lightning would work, because if it shot it out, would it be attracted to the polar bear? Because like snow is just water, which isn't a
Snow
good
and
conductor.
other water and ice. Like, yeah, I don't think lightning. I don't think the shooting down lightning would work all that well.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 'cause I don't think the lightning would contact anything. It would just immediately go to the ground because the polar bear is not going to add any more like
Yeah.
conductivity to it. So we're going real world logic. Lightning attacks are going to basically be completely useless.
Unless they are unless they are physical lightning attacks like spark touch, I think it's called, or shock.
Yeah.
I think there's no way it's gonna work.
Yeah. So
Raichu, I think, would also die.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Raichu has a lot more chance to win. I just don't think it will win.
Yeah. I mean,
Because, like, if it gets an attack off, it's gonna hurt the polar bear for sure. But, like, I think Raichu loses there.
so far a lot of them have lost to a polar bear.
Yeah.
Sandshrew.
Well, considering we're using real world logic,
Well,
I think
we've got to give advantage to the polar bear because some of the other things get a bit crazy.
that's true. The more we go down, the more you'll see some insane.
So
Pokemon.
Sandshrew, no chance.
Dead. It's a normal armadillo. Sandslash. Actually, Sandslash. But it's slashing attacks. So, like, will it just get caught up in the knots of the polar bear's fur? That'd be kind of funny, I think. Goes for a slash, and it gets its hand gets caught in the polar bear's fur.
The thing is, even if it does slash it, it's close enough to get mauled to death.
It's not gonna do enough damage.
Yeah. That's one.
It's not.
Couple
It's like
slashes.
polar bears have taken a lot more damage and not died.
Yeah, those things are some beefy motherfuckers. Nidoran, Nidorina,
and Nidorina dead.
Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen and Nidoking. I think they both win. I think they have enough power to and health to where they could just punch a polar bear to death. And there's not much a polar bear can do.
Because they're only 4'3", 130 pounds.
But they
Whereas
have
a
some
polar bear
punch behind them. Tyler, Nidoking is one of the most powerful Pokemon in Red when used correctly.
But like here,
I think both Nidoking, Queen, and Nidoking win. Yeah, it's stats.
Nidoqueen is better at defense, so I feel like Nidoqueen would probably. Well, no, I think Yeah, I think they'd both win because of the poison.
I think they both win.
Either they win or stalemate, because like the polar bear probably has no resistance to poison whatsoever, because it's never had to encounter that. So poison, at least, it's stalemate.
Yeah,
it's at least a stalemate.
Yep. I think Nidoking and Nidoqueen have a very, very solid chance of winning.
Maybe not Nidoqueen.
I think they have...
its attack isn't too high, but its defense is. So maybe the polar
Still,
bear,
I think Nidoqueen could win.
A polar bear's fucking claws can do some damage.
Hefty damage, yeah.
So like,
but
there's a fair chance of the polar bear against the Nidoqueen. Nidoking, I'm assuming the Nidoking's attack would be equal,
its
if not
attack
greater
is
than,
higher.
Plus poison.
Its attack is higher than Nidoqueen. Yes, I think Nidoking for sure wins. Nidoqueen, I'm betting on Nidoqueen winning. So.
All right, Clefairy, Clefable, they're just. I don't even know what they could do.
Nothing.
Like,
do they even have an attack that does more than like 20 damage?
I don't know. I don't use them.
Like, let's be real.
I've never even
like they're The only attack I've ever seen them use is fucking tackle.
No, they don't learn tackle. They learn
So,
pound.
pound. Sorry. Nah, they're dead. They're both dead.
Easy. Vulpix.
Dead.
Ninetales.
Ninetales,
maybe.
I think, would win just because of its agility and also power.
Yeah, because it's got
like.
Plus, it's
I think
fire.
it could dodge a lot of the polar bear's attacks and the fire, and yeah, I think it's one of those speed over power types where like as long as I can dodge you and then hit you before you can hit me again, I win. Type of thing.
Yeah, and plus if it sets the polar bear
I'm
on
fast
fire,
enough to dodge and then get close and then get away.
Well, it doesn't
and
need to
I'll
get
set you on
close.
fire with my attacks.
Just flamethrower the crap out of the polar bear, and I'd probably
true.
win.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jigglypuff dead. Well, actually,
Dead. Nope,
see,
dead.
It could put the polar bear to sleep.
Still. Then what's it gonna do?
It's just gonna keep pounding it. Like that's what it. Like.
I think it's dead. Honestly. Because doesn't it take, like, 1 or 2 turns? Until...
No, it takes, like, its turn. So, like, well,
Okay.
like, I would assume they'd start apart. Otherwise, like, polar bear would just win, like, every single match. Because range is going to be key.
Like, 20 to 40 feet away.
So then I'd
from
think...
each other.
I think Jigglypuff might be able to put it to sleep.
I don't think it could... I don't think so.
Because, like, we see in the anime that it's almost instant. As soon as they start singing, it's like 1 or 2 seconds. And then everything passes out.
I just don't think... I just can't accept Jigglypuff winning against a polar bear, I think. Like,
well, like, it doesn't look or seem like it should be able to, but I think it could. I think it would, just because it puts it to sleep. Like, what's it gonna... They can't do anything about that. And then the Jigglypuff just slaps it.
I'm gonna say no. Neither Jigglypuff nor Wigglypuff win. That's what I'm saying.
I'd say they'd probably win. Well, actually, that's saying that they can even do damage to the polar bear. Actually, it would just be a stalemate then, because the Jigglypuff can't do damage. Because look at its little fucking stubby arms. There's nothing it could do.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck's it gonna do?
I suppose, like, if it hits it in the head enough
Even
times,
if we're using Pokemon logic, we're also using human logic, where those arms aren't long enough to do shit.
Yeah, like,
you have to be able to attack them to do damage.
I guess it could,
and
like,
you can't hit them.
It would do
so
a little bit. Like,
it'd do like 1 HP.
So I'd say Wigglytuff would probably win. If it could do at least the slightest bit of damage against it, it could just keep using sleep. It could just keep putting the thing to sleep. Every time.
I think they do not win. That's my opinion. Maybe it's just because
if it puts it to sleep,
I don't want Jiggly and Wiggly.
If it puts the polar bear to sleep, what's the polar bear gonna do?
Fucking wake up.
Then it gets put to sleep again. Because as soon as it sees
Jigglypuff... It's gonna not be a bitch.
As soon as Jigglypuff sees it getting back up, boom, immediately go sleep again.
Well, we also have to think, is Jigglypuff smart enough to do that?
Well, I mean, we're talking bloodlust.
Actually, we have seen...
Yeah, we're going absolute fullest. So, I'd say Jigglypuff.
I guess this is our first disagreeal here.
Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, they win. Right. Like,
I think they lose.
You don't want to see it, but that's how it would work. Unless we're giving some kind of cooldown to the abilities, then it would win.
I think there would be a way for the polar bear to beat both of them.
No.
Anyways.
Zubat.
The next few all just lose. Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, Gloom. They all lose. I think Vileplume even loses.
Yeah,
Like,
Golbat doesn't
good
have any
poison
range.
Vileplume, but like, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Vileplume, I'd say
Vileplume
Stalemate,
has the
because
Stone and all.
Gloom and Vileplume
But
are poisonous. So if they get, like, if he
yeah,
bites them,
I think
Stalemate,
Gloom
plus Poison
dead.
Powder, Sleep Powder,
Yeah, I think
Poison
Gloom
Powder,
is dead, but Vileplume
or,
has a chance.
what is it, Stun Spore, that, like, paralyzes them? I think,
Yeah,
I think Vileplume would have a solid chance.
yeah,
Depending
same
on
here.
what
I
it
think
is.
Vileplume has a chance,
Because
but I
the
don't
polar
know.
bear's got no, like, resistance against any of Vileplume's,
To
like,
poison,
yeah.
yeah. Any of Vileplume's attacks, it will be very useful.
Paris.
I think
Parasect.
Gloom does die though.
Yeah, I'd say.
Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett,
Whoa.
Diglett,
Because Diglett, we've seen that it's fast enough to react to attacks from, like, pretty fast Pokemon and go underground. But then also, this is on the ice. They'd probably just.
What's it gonna fucking do?
It's got.
What?
I mean,
I'm saying,
Dugtrio
like,
can
Diglett
learn
is just
Earthquake, so.
I guess. Alright, actually, we should specify. For this, let's just say, like, that hole leads into its own pocket dimension type shit.
Alright, so if it goes in the hole, whatever, it's not actually through the ice.
It's not gonna go through the ice, it's just, like, on there. Whatever.
Alright, then.
I think Diglett loses though.
I'd say Diglett
I think
does because of its lack
Dugtrio
of moves, but I think Dugtrio would win.
HP and move. I think Dugtrio. I'd give a 60-40 to Dugtrio.
Yeah, I'd give. Yeah, that seems about right. Because if we're going by real world logic, it could just go underground and use all the moves. So
no, it's in its own pocket dimension, so it doesn't hit the polar bear.
Well, no. Like, it just goes under
I don't know.
the ground. It's not an actual pocket dimension because those don't exist in real life that we know of.
Yeah, whatever. We don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't fall through the ice and go underwater and die. That's basically the gist of it. It can still use its moves while underground.
I think Dugtrio, maybe even Diglett, because like
I
if
think
it goes underground,
Diglett dies in one attack, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, but if it goes underground, it's not going to be able to get hit, and it just uses its attacks underground.
Well, I mean, it's still got the hole there.
I suppose you're right, because if eventually the polar bear would be able to get through the hole, because they dig.
Yeah, because they dig for fish. They reach through holes for fish all the time. So I think I think it would do a surprising amount of damage to the polar bear for what little it is. But I think after one attack, Diglett's dead.
Yeah. Meowth.
Dugtrio, I'll give even a 75-35.
Yeah, definitely. I think Dugtrio would win more than lose.
Yeah,
because it can probably survive.
I think it has a stronger chance of winning than losing.
And it's got a lot more powerful moves.
And it can do enough of damage. Yeah. Or enough damage.
Meowth. Just
Meowth, Persian, both die. They are literally just cats.
Big cat.
I thought they were at least. I thought Persian was at least a normal psychic. Gonna be honest. But if it's just a normal type, no, they just die. Psyduck dead. Actually, Psyduck would get nervous and just explode and kill them both.
Yeah, Psyduck would probably lose because it's not very volatile. But like, wait, Psyduck isn't psychic type.
That is correct.
What?
Yet it's a very psychic Pokemon. It's not psychic type.
Alright, Golduck
I think
loses.
If the Psyduck gets, like, nervous and explodes like it can do, then it's a stalemate. But I think in any other situation, Psyduck loses.
Yeah.
Same as Golduck, except Golduck has more of a chance of losing to Psyduck because Golduck can't self-explode.
Yep.
So I think Golduck just loses. Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, monkey dead. Primate
Mankey
is about
dead.
like a
Primate,
gorilla
maybe.
at most. Which
Yeah.
a
I think
gorilla would
Primate
not
has
be able
a
to
small
kill a polar
chance, but
bear. Yeah.
I think that's arguable, but I will agree with you mostly there.
No,
I think
because
a
like
polar bear has a lot more chance
it's
to
got
kill a
like a
gorilla.
polar bear doesn't take bludgeoning or like bludgeoning damage does less. Like it does little damage to a polar bear.
It's got
which is
resistance
a
to bludgeoning,
gorilla's
basically.
which is
Only
primates.
way of fighting.
No,
Like, other than biting it.
yeah, they bite mainly, which polar bears got them sold on bite strength.
Beat in that.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think Primate loses.
yeah, primate loses. Growlithe,
I also think Growlithe
Probably.
loses just because it doesn't have enough HP. And isn't speedy enough.
yeah, Arcanine.
That's the big
though,
thing. I think Arcanine wins. It's speedy enough. It has enough HP. It's a fire type with range. I think
Yeah.
it wins.
I think Arcanine would win.
Just,
Let's see.
yeah.
Poliwag.
Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and
Loses.
Poliwrath all die. All three of them just die.
Because Poliwrath's punchy, so, yeah.
Abra literally has nothing but teleport.
Yeah, Abra loses. Kadabra and Alakazam, I'd say win, because that's psychic shit.
At least Alakazam wins, for sure.
Because, like, it's psychic
think-
attacks. The polar bear would have no idea.
Yes.
Like, that would knock the polar bear out almost instantly, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because
I think
it's real life. It's not
Kadabra
going to have any psychic resistance.
definitely. I'd give a Kadabra a 95.5 chance.
And then Alakazam,
like,
100%.
Maybe Alakazam 100% wins. No question about it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Machoke lose.
Machamp.
I think that's fair.
This was one
Machamp?
that I was thinking of. Like, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Because,
Because Machamp is really strong and has a good amount of HP.
yeah. So,
And has four arms.
even with the polar bear's, like, resistance to bludgeoning, it'd probably still be able to do good damage.
Yeah.
it'd be able
I
to-
think it has enough attacks and enough damage.
So, like,
It's just it's close to close combat, which is the only thing polar bears are good at, and so it's like, I think with the attack, I think, like if it is punching the polar bear in the face, I think it'll win, basically.
yeah. But also, like, the Machamp can lift the polar bear. So
That's true as well.
I'm gonna
It
give it.
it can like keep the polar bear's mouth open with two of its hands and just start punching it with the other two, or like, I think Machamp wins.
Yeah, I feel like
I think it has
Machamp's-
enough strength.
Yeah, I'd give it to Machamp. Bellsprout,
Alright.
Weeping Bell, and Victory Bell die because they can't move.
They literally can't move, and also they just fucking die.
They lose at best
Tentacruel
stalemate
and
because
Tentacruel.
poison, but
Yeah.
Tentacruel
I
and
think they just
Tentacruel,
win.
they might have the advantage though.
This is a
it's
for
underwater.
these two, it would have to be a water fight. So I think they might have the advantage. I think Tentacle dies.
Yeah,
Not enough HP, not enough speed, not enough attack, nothing. Tentacruel though has a fighting chance. I'd say.
yeah,
Say
I'd
it
say
has a
so.
fighting chance. I still think.
I think the polar bear would
I
probably
still
still win
think
because
the
the
polar bear
Tentacruel
win.
doesn't have much
Yeah.
range. If it had range,
Yeah.
it would win, but it's got to get
Yeah,
up close to
if it had
attack, and the
more
polar
range.
bear could get it.
Yeah. Also, I bet you the polar bear could just bite off those tentacles.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
then what the fuck is the Tentacruel gonna do? Like, I no longer have tentacles, which are my only way of attack.
Yep,
Like,
I'd say
so I think polar bear would probably win, though the Tentacruel does have a fighting chance.
Yeah, depending on how the fight would go, yeah, there's definitely a chance. Geodude and Graveler. Now, the thing is, Geodude, I feel like, would lose. Graveler.
I think Geodude would lose. Graveler, I think...
Because, like, if we're going by real-world logic, those are just rocks. Could a polar bear smash rocks? Like boulders.
I mean, no.
Like, I could see a Geodude-sized one, most likely. But, like, a Graveler, and let alone a Golem?
Yeah, Golem wins, I'd say. Just... it has so much strength, or it has so much power behind its attacks and strength and whatnot, and it's rock.
Yeah, it's
pure rock. I think Graveler has the edge now against the polar bear.
Yeah, I'd say 50, more than half goes to Graveler, just because I don't think because the polar bear wouldn't be able to pierce it. It wouldn't be able to do its bite, and its slashing would have no effect because it's a rock.
It only has piercing and slashing damage, so it's like, well, fuck.
Like, actually,
and bludgeoning doesn't do anything either.
Yeah, 100% Graveler, 100% Golem, 50% Geodude. I'd give it a half.
I think Geodude will still lose because, like, what if the polar bear just flopped on top of the Geodude? Geodude doesn't have enough weight or power to do anything.
Polar bear could just throw it in the water. Also, Golem weighs like a ton, so I don't think a polar bear would be able to move that.
Yeah, polar bear can't do shit to Golem. Just
that'd be like flipping. That'd be like fighting a truck.
Yeah, pretty much. A truck, but with more power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Graveler wins. I think Geodude does lose just because I think he doesn't weigh enough and doesn't have enough. He's smaller, he doesn't weigh enough, and he doesn't have enough attack.
Yeah.
Actually, how much does Geodude weigh? We should check that. Or I should check that.
Let's see. Geodude is 1'4", weighs 44 pounds.
Oh yeah. I think he wins. I think polar bear wins.
Yeah, polar bear would probably win. All right, next Ponyta.
Ponyta, I think, loses because it's too small and not quick enough. It's literally a baby horse, but with fire.
Yeah.
So,
Rapidash.
Ponyta loses, but I think Rapidash wins.
Well, what's like the max speed for a horse? What is the max speed for a horse? How fast can a horse run?
55 miles an hour.
Okay.
Versus a polar bear,
which is probably like 30.
30 to 40, I'm thinking. Oh no, 25.
Oh.
Huh.
A little bit less than a grizzly.
Huh. Yeah, a little less than a grizzly. I would have expected it to be at least as fast as a grizzly.
All right, then I think Rapidash would probably.
We're going by miles per hour, so I think Rapidash wins just because it's quicker. It's like it's over twice the speed of a polar bear, and it has fucking
and it's a horse, so
fire breath shit.
It has a lot more stamina as well.
Yeah.
So
it has a lot of stamina, it has ranged fire attacks, and it's twice as quick.
But the thing is, if the polar bear hits it once, Rapidash is done, because if it gets hit in the leg, that's it.
Yep. If Rapidash gets hit, it's probably done for Rapidash. But I don't think the polar bear can hit Rapidash.
Yeah. I'd have to give that to Rapidash.
Yep. Slowpoke and Slowbro, I think, both lose.
Yeah, like, they can't do damage.
It's weird that they are water psychic, but not, like, the really, really psychic Psyduck. Literally in his name, Psyduck. Not a psychic type.
Nope. Now Magnemite, we've already established that electricity doesn't work So Magnemite, Magneton,
Yep.
don't. That's like.
Wait a minute. I was scrolling. If Magnemite and Magneton are who I'm thinking they are.
It's
Oh,
the.
okay. Magnemite and Magneton, I think, lose. I think Magneton's evolution wins, though, because holy shit is that thing defensive.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's literally the most defensive thing in Gen 6, at least, because I play Gen 6. Like, here, I'm gonna bring up Magma...
We'll get to it.
Okay. Yep, Magnemite, Magneton, lose. I'm gonna say.
Alright, you go over the next ones by yourself. I gotta go.
At least Magnemite, for sure. Magneton, like, maybe because it's metal, but I think it loses. Farfetch'd, lose. I mean, fuck is it gonna do? It literally has no moves other than copying other people's moves. So, like, oh, I can learn Slash. Except you have that, and also I have way less HP, and I can't hit you. Doduo loses, Dodrio loses. They're quick, but all they have is Peck, pretty much. I think they die. It's like a polar bear versus an ostrich, pretty much, just with 3 heads. I think Dodrio loses. Seal. This I think Seal and Dudong would have to be in a water. I think it would have to be underwater. I mean, it could be above water. If it's on the ice, they both lose just because they're not fast enough, and they're seals, which polar bears kill all the time. But underwater, I say Seal loses. I think Dugong wins, though, because ice powers. Yeah. I think Dugong wins because stuff like Ice Beam. Grimer? I think Grimer wins. I think that because Grimer is literally just a pile of gloop, I don't think the slashing or biting would do a lot of damage to it, or any at all, and I think he could do enough poison damage. Same with Muck. I think Muck would just have an easier win. Shelder and Cloyster are next, and I think they have to be over water, because I don't think... actually, I don't think it matters, really. Yeah. Oh, hi, Ethan.
Hello?
Hi. We are currently streaming.
There you are.
We're going over every single Pokemon versus 1v1ing a polar bear.
Oh.
So if every single Pokemon 1v1'd a polar bear. Tyler's currently in the bathroom. So, yeah.
Considering how basically every single Pokemon has some sort of fucking unique ability that does, well, I mean, like, per se, for most fire Pokemon who have, like, Ember and shit, I'm fairly sure they'd be able to kill a damn polar bear.
You'd be surprised how many lose. Like, Charmander loses. Because it doesn't have enough HP.
Because
Charmander doesn't have enough HP, doesn't have enough attack.
Before
what if
Charmander
it
can
just
kill a polar bear.
What if it just sets the polar bear on fire?
Still, the polar bear would be able to kill it before it dies.
Polar bear, and then go into water.
You don't think the polar bear
should be
focusing on killing the freaking Charmander if it's on fire?
Well, we're talking.
No, we're saying like it's pure bloodless. They will kill each other no matter what.
They're going straight for like yeah.
They will go straight for the kill no matter what. Like they're on
Charmander just burdens the fucking polar bear's eyes. You can't see. It's not gonna be able to kill the Charmander.
No, I don't think that would happen.
Plus,
how is it gonna do that without just dying?
It's only got Ember.
Shooting
That's
fire
little sparks
at its
of
face.
Fire. Ember, yeah.
It can still set things on fire.
Yeah, but it's
no. Charmander loses.
Yeah.
Not enough HP, not enough attack. Ember isn't good enough. Charmander dies.
Charizard, on the other hand,
Charizard wins.
No,
because flying and ranged.
You guys are streaming this?
Yes.
On like Twitch or something?
YouTube.
Just because
Why?
we don't want to download all the video. I don't want that huge amount of space for one video on my computer. I don't know if I could hold that much, depending on how big it is. Like, I mean, maybe I could do it on my C drive. I've got almost 60 gigs, but I don't wanna.
What's the next Pokemon?
I'm going over Shelter right now, which I think would lose.
Shelter would lose.
Doesn't have. I think Cloyster. I honestly think Cloyster would win.
Yeah,
because
it
it
has
has
Blastoise. It goes in its shell and it can't be damaged.
Yeah. And also, Cloyster has like ice attacks, like Ice Beam,
Alright,
which are gonna hurt.
Up, Brendan.
Shut up, loser.
You even have anybody watching this?
I don't know.
We
Maybe.
have 0 viewers right now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alright. Probably join chat later, maybe?
Okay.
When we're done with
See you. Alright. Cloyster, I think, wins. Ah, now we're getting into Ghost-type Pokemon?
Ghost-type win. Can't be hit. That's it. They can't be hit.
Are we saying they are actual ghosts?
Yes, they can't be hit.
Like,
That's it. They
okay.
win.
Then all Ghost-types win. Just,
Yeah.
like, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, they win. Those are the 3 after Cloyster.
Now,
Onyx wins.
I'm gonna say Onyx wins. Same reason that Graveler would win. Weight.
Yep.
And it's rock.
It's rock. It is pure rocks, and it, like, yeah.
Too heavy and
It's
too
boulders stacked in.
plus bind just wraps around the polar bear and squeezes. Like, that's, you can't really defend against that.
Yeah. Not a polar bear, at least.
All right.
Polar
Drowsy.
Drowsy,
I'd
I
say
think
probably
loses.
lose, but Hypno got a fair
Hypno
chance.
might win.
Because it's psychic.
He's got, like, yeah. I mean, Drowsy's also a psychic, but, like,
Yeah, but like,
look at him. He's half covered in shit. He loses.
he's- yeah, Drowsy
He
loses.
literally shit himself.
Hypno.
The polar bear.
I'd give it a fair chance to Hypno, because
Fair chance. Well, actually, alright, let me check Hypno's stats. Ooh, pretty low stats. 85 HP, 73 attack, 70 defense. Though good special and attack and special defense.
oh my god, Hypno weighs 166 pounds.
Whoa, big boy, big boy.
It's 5 foot.
Not as
3.
big as me, but
It's 5
not
foot
as big
3.
as
It weighs
me,
166 pounds.
so it's a pretty. I think it's technically overweight for its
Oh
height.
yeah. Yeah.
When you're human. 5 foot 300. Let's check BMI.
No doubt about it.
Scale. Let's see this here. Okay, so 5 foot. Oh, that's really small. All right, 5 foot. Is this gonna? Okay. Is this gonna? My God. Just give me a good. All right, 5'6", you said, or 5'3"?
5 foot 3.
Right. 166.
Yep.
That's right in the middle of overweight and obese. Like the last, or at least the last thing at the chart I'm looking at is 163 is overweight, and then 169 is obese. So it's almost obese, and like just at the edge. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, 5'3", 5'3", 100. Yeah, it's 160 pounds at 5'3".
So
it's
he's just a
on the cusp. Yeah, he's just a fat hypnotist who turned yellow somehow. That's Hypno.
Oh,
That's
maybe
fat
maybe it would
hypnotist
win.
who turned yellow. I don't think Hypno would win. I think he'd have an okay chance. Just don't think he'd win.
Yeah.
The next
and
couple are
Kingler.
easy. Krabby loses. Kingler loses.
Voltorb and Electrode
Voltorb,
lose or stalemate
we've
because
already-
self-destruct.
Yeah, because self-explode. Yeah, self-destruct, stalemate it. But they lose because all they have is, like, shock, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason you ever put one of them on your team is as a last resort for self-destruct. So, you know. Execute loses. It's just a pile of
It's just
eggs. Or actually, it's technically seeds. Because
Oh.
executor. Or executor. Whatever. Technically, executor. I don't know. Executor loses. It's just a tree.
It's just a treat.
I think,
Cubone
like,
loses.
once, yeah, Cubone loses, Marowak loses. All it can do is throw the bone at the polar bear.
Yeah.
No, they lose. Hitmonlee,
It's if we were thinking hard about why can't I think of his name now? Machoke. Then Hitmonlee is not as strong as Machoke. Absolutely not.
yeah, Hitmonlee is definitely not. Although,
So
actually,
I'd say Hitmonlee
let's
would
see.
probably lose because it's a close combat against
Machamp. Alright, I'm gonna look at the Machamp stats versus the Hitmonlee stats. Alright, so Hitmonlee has 50 HP stat. Machamp has 90 HP stat. Hitmonlee has a surprising 120 attack stat, whereas Machamp has 130. Oh! So they are actually pretty similar in power. Although
that's all to its lowest.
Although
So it wouldn't have
Machamp has, yeah,
with the
and Machamp has 4 arms. Yeah, it has an extra pair of arms. Hitmonlee has a 53 defense stat, and Machamp has an 80. And then the rest doesn't matter except for speed, which actually Hitmonlee is winning in.
Well, yeah.
But
so I doubt Hitmonlee because it's close range. So it's
Yeah.
gotta get close range, and I just feel like a polar bear
I think
would be able to get
the
it.
polar bear could just bite its foot.
Yeah,
Or
it
some
get
shit,
hit once or
like-
twice. It's not gonna die from 1 or 2 hits. Same with like Machamp. It's not gonna die from 1 or 2 hits, but Machamp could just keep going. Whereas I don't think Hitmonlee
Yeah.
or Hitmonchan would be able to.
Yeah, and I think, I don't think Hitmonchan could either.
I feel like
I think
Hitmonlee would have a better
Machamp
chance.
could, yeah. And then maybe not, who knows. I think Hitmonchan is technically more agile, in like dodging. I think Hitmonlee is faster, I think. But I think he would have a higher chance of dodging. But I think, like, if we're sticking to Machamp, a lot of the reason I think Machamp could win is because of that extra set of arms.
Yeah.
Like, it can stop the biting attacks altogether. With that.
Yep.
And then it just has to uppercut the polar bear until it dies.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 just uppercut while the polar bear's just sitting there doing nothing. Whereas both Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan don't have enough
It's like a
ability
martial
to stop
artist.
the polar bear to win.
It's like a martial artist versus a polar bear. Yeah, a martial artist may like dodge and hit a few times, but as soon as it gets hit,
Yeah.
it's going down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Bruce Lee versus a polar bear. You gotta say the polar bear
Bruce Lee loses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it'd be a entertaining fight, and Bruce Lee would probably do a lot better than most other people. But, like, a polar bear's gotta win there.
Yeah.
I'm
Lickitung?
gonna go grab a snack real quick. Lickitung loses, though.
Yeah, Lickitung loses. I'd say coughing and wheezing would, depending on how fast the poison takes place, I would have to say that coughing and wheezing would probably win. If it's a really fast acting poison, because it's in the air, so it's gonna affect. Like, it's gonna affect the polar bear if the polar bear breathes. So if it's a fast acting poison, coughing and wheezing would win. But if it's not fast enough before the polar bear would get to wheezing, it's at least a stalemate. It's either a stalemate or coughing and wheezing win. Because there's no way that the polar bear can avoid the poison attack, and it's ranged a little bit. So if it's fast acting...
Dude, I got a banana! I didn't know I had bananas.
Banana!
Alright, so what Pokemon are we on now?
I just said coughing and wheezing would either win or it'd be a stalemate. Because depending...
I think coughing would lose, or it would be a stalemate. I think wheezing would win, or stalemate.
Because it's either...
Because coughing is smaller.
Because if the poison's going to kill the
HP.
polar bear, and it constantly produces poison in a cloud, so it's going to hit the polar bear if the polar bear comes anywhere near coughing or wheezing. So the polar bear is dead. Guaranteed. Bare minimum, it's a stalemate.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Now, if the poison is fast acting enough to where it could kill the polar bear before it hits them, then they
Oh
would
god,
win.
that's no change for the polar bear then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's either stalemate or they win.
But it's a respiratory point, or it's a respiratory poison type thing. So yeah.
So the polar bear couldn't avoid.
Yeah.
There's nothing it could do. It's gonna get poisoned and it's gonna die. And there's enough of it produced in the few seconds to a minute that the polar bear would take running over to it. It's gonna die from it.
Alright, I can agree with that.
Now Rhyhorn.
Rhyhorn.
I feel like Rhyhorn would lose, but Rhydon would win.
Same here. I think Rhyhorn just isn't as strong and doesn't have enough HP. Isn't as
it's not as tanky and doesn't do as much damage.
Yeah.
But
versus Rhydon is really tanky and does quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I'd say Rhydon definitely wins. Rhyhorn, probably not.
Probably loses. No, it could win. I just think
yeah.
Most of the time, a majority of the fights, Rhyhorn would lose.
Chansey dead.
Loses.
No chance. See what that
Tangela loses. I do see.
Kangaskhan. I'd say that has a fair chance. I'd say
it would win. I'd say Kangaskhan can win.
Because Kangaskhan isn't as tanky as some of the other ones. As like Rhydon. It's not quite as tanky.
But it has more attack. Is the thing. It's really powerful.
Yeah, I could go with Kangaskhan winning.
And also, if we're going like real world analogy, or like real world thing, I would think Kangaskhan would have like, oh fuck, you're touching my baby, and get a power up.
It's already bloodlusted. That's
true.
Bloodlust. Like,
but even more because how dare you touch my baby?
Well, your Kangaskhan wins because the baby could come out and attack it while the Kangaskhan is locked with the...
I guess, but I wouldn't...
The baby comes out and finishes
I
the
wouldn't
polar
bet
bear.
on that. That's not why I would bet on Kangaskhan.
Alright.
Horsey loses. Seadra loses. Goldeen
loses. Seeking
loses. Staryu loses. Starmie loses. Mr. Mime loses.
Well,
Scyther.
Mr. Mime's got that barrier thing, like, but I mean, they can't. Neither of them can attack through that. So, eventually, Mr. Mime's got to do damage, and then the polar bear's just gonna fuck it up. So yeah, polar bear.
Polar bear
Scyther
wins.
Might get
Scyther
a couple
has
attacks off.
Pretty fair chance.
It might get
Actually,
a couple attacks
Scyther can
off.
fly.
No, it can't.
So Scyther's really quick, and I thought it could fly.
It's a flying type, but it can't fly.
I know it doesn't have the move.
Yeah, so it can't fly.
Oh, in the anime, it is shown flying.
fucking when.
Go press on the Bulbapedia Scyther page. It's the second picture you'll see of Scyther. Is him flying.
What the hell? Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still close combat. Polar bear.
I think Scyther is quick enough.
But it doesn't do enough damage. The polar bear would hit it before the polar bear dies. And one hit, Scyther's done. It's a bug. Literally swatted.
Yeah.
I'd say
It's
polar
got
bear.
such a high speed.
Yeah, but like
I think Scyther has a solid chance. I'll try it.
I don't think it does. I think the polar bear would win.
Alright. That's fair. But
Jinx is just basically a person. So dead.
Dead.
Electabuzz,
Electabuzz,
dead.
we already loses.
Electricity is basically not gonna work. Magmar. I'd say Magmar would probably win. It's got a flamethrower. That's enough fire to kill it, and it's ranged.
Yeah.
Plus,
I
it can
think it's a
survive an attack or two.
stalemate, gonna be honest. I think it's a stalemate
Well,
between the two. Because I think Magmar will light it on fire, but I think the polar bear has enough time to where it could kill Magmar before the polar bear dies.
yeah, most likely still stalemate or Magmar, depending on how the
I
fight
agree.
goes.
I'm leaning more towards stalemate myself, but yeah.
Pinsir, I die, because it's gonna latch on to the polar bear. It's not a good idea. That's
No, genuinely not a good idea. Or generally not genuinely. Generally not a good idea.
all right. Tauros. That's
Loses.
basically just a bull, so I'd
It's
say it
just
loses.
a bull.
Magikarp wins, obviously.
Obviously.
Like
Who
easy
would
claps.
even think he'd lose?
Like literally just tackles it
Gyarados
perfectly.
obviously loses. I think you mean Splash is it until it loses?
It can learn tackle at level 15.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought they only learned Splash.
Nope, they learn tackle at level 15.
Let's go. Obviously winning.
Obviously. Yeah, Magikarp would lose. So
Gyarados loses, obviously.
Yeah, Magikarp loses, Gyarados wins. It's a fucking sea serpent. Lapras, I'd say wins, because it'd be in water.
I'd say Lapras wins as well.
Because it's got
Also,
way better
Lapras is
mobility in
super
water.
tanky.
Yeah, and ice
Lapras
moves.
is super tanky and has ice moves, which underwater would be really good.
Yeah. Ditto, stalemate, because it just creates a copy of the polar bear.
Yeah. It just turns into a polar bear.
Yeah, it'd be
Eevee
stalemate.
loses. Vaporeon loses, I'd say. Though,
Well, it might
I mean,
have, it might, because that'd be a water match. And
yeah.
He's got way better water agility, and he's got range underwater.
I still think, like, if the polar bear catches up to the Vaporeon,
Yeah,
it's
if
dead.
it gets
and I
close
think
enough,
I think
Vaporeon's dead.
Oh, I almost dropped my granola bar. Polar bear swim speed. Let's see how quick it is in water. That's its sprinting speed. I don't want that. Thanks, that helps me a lot. Polar bears can swim more than 6 miles per hour. That
Oh,
sure
boy.
does help.
I don't think it'd be able to catch up to Vaporeon then.
Should we say that he can go as fast as his sprinting speed above land?
No. Dear God, no. If a human could swim 25 miles an hour, or like 20 miles an hour, that'd be impressive as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, like, half or less its land speed.
Yeah. At like maximum is half.
Yeah.
Absolute maximum.
Yeah.
So I'd say Vaporeon would be able to chip it down just enough. Plus Vaporeon can learn ice moves.
Yeah.
But
I think
we wouldn't naturally have it,
now
so we're
that-
not going to
yeah.
take that into effect.
because of the speed, I guess Vaporeon wins there. Yeah.
No, Jolteon. I'd say that
Jolteon loses.
like the polar bear wouldn't be able to hit Jolteon. It'd basically be the fight would be a long time. It basically
Yeah.
be, the polar bear
Of
would just
nobody
go.
doing any damage to anybody.
Yeah. But
'Cause,
as soon
like,
as the Jolteon
but
gets tired,
the thing
the
is-
polar bear wins.
The thing is, the Jolteon has to physically attack the polar bear to do its attack.
Yeah, but its speed is one of the highest,
That's true.
and it's got quick attack. So like, just go in, quick attack it, run out. Like I don't think the polar bear would be able to hit it in the amount of time. It's just how fast it is. It is like one of the
Alright.
fastest in the first gen, for certain.
Yeah.
Flareon, I don't think would win.
Flareon?
Yeah, Flareon would lose.
I think stalemate, once again, just because burn.
Yeah, but like
Like-
Magmar could tank a hit or two. Probably tank a couple hits, so it'd have enough time. But I don't think Flareon would be able to.
Flareon definitely could not take hits, but I think it could get off one fire move before it dies.
Yeah, but like then the polar bear would
Which
have
would
plenty of time.
stalemate.
Because like with Magmar, it'd be getting burnt so much that it wouldn't have enough time to get to the water after it killed Magmar.
I guess
if it
that's
was killed.
true.
But
We're
Fla-
assuming it's pretty close to the water.
yeah, but if like Flareon would hit it with the move, yes, and it'd set it on fire probably, then it'd kill Flareon and immediately put the water out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Porygon?
Porygon loses.
Not even sure if Porygon has an attack, honestly.
It's
Uh,
not really. Let's see, Ammonite and Amistar. I mean, they've got defense.
I think they both lose,
They've got the shell, but it's not
but they don't.
not nearly as durable as.
I can't go in the shell. It's not as durable, and like, there's,
Yeah.
they don't have enough attacks.
Yeah, Kabutops
Loses.
loses. Aerodactyl wins.
Kabutops probably loses. Yep, flying and yeah.
Snorlax-
And like, I think it does have. Wait, actually, does Aerodactyl have?
I think
ranged
it can, I
attacks.
think it can learn
No.
Hyper Beam. I think it has Hyper Beam, or it can learn Hyper Beam. So like, if it has Hyper
Oh,
Beam,
if it can
wins.
learn Hyper Beam.
Also, it's
then
got
it
rock
wins.
attacks like Rock Throw plus Wing Slash.
All right, let's go. All right, learn set by leveling up. Bite, Ancient Power, Supersonic, Wing Attack,
Yeah,
Fairy Face,
Supersonic.
Rock Slide, Roar, Crunch.
Rock Smash. Those are ranged.
Supersonic, I think Wing Attack is even ranged. Oh, never mind, it's physical.
It's got
Yeah, Hyper
range.
Beam, Giga Impact. Yeah, it's got range, so it wins.
Yeah. Snorlax
Snorlax.
loses. It just can't do damage.
All Snorlax can do, yeah, all Snorlax can do is sleep and regain and regain
Yeah,
the
but
damage it took him.
no, it's just too fat.
It doesn't do enough damage,
Yeah.
except for like Giga Impact.
But like,
Actually, it's no. I think Snorlax can get off enough Giga Impacts to win.
eh.
Honestly, I think so.
I don't know about I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with 50-50. I don't know which one would win. I got an argument for both.
I'm gonna give like 65 Snorlax, 35 Polar Bear.
Yeah, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres win. No doubt about it.
Easy collapse.
Stomps.
Even Zapdos, who does electric moves, easy collapse.
Yeah, like, there's nothing the Polar Bear can really do against flying.
No.
Dratini,
Like-
dead. Dragonair,
Dead.
Dragonite,
Dead.
stomps.
Dragonite wins.
Stomps. Dragonite
Uh-huh.
stomps. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's... Dragonite
God, Dragonite is
so
so
good.
nice to have on your team.
Yeah. Mewtwo, yet again,
Is that even a question?
Mewtwo and Mew.
Yeah.
There's
Even
no
Mew
way.
wins. Yeah.
There's no way. Alright. I
Now
think
we're
we should
done
do...
with Generation 1.
I think we should do a generation at a time. Because we've already been streaming for over an hour. So we'll just do a generation. Like, next stream, Generation 2. Starting with
Alright.
Chikorita. Spoiler alert, Chikorita fucking dies.
Hey there! That's a spoiler.
Alright.
You
Well,
just spoiled the entire show.
I don't know next time we're gonna stream, but
I
whenever
don't
it is,
know.
we'll do
Whenever
this
we
next
feel
time.
like it.